Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 7 of Every Day This Week videos. We have made it. Yeah, here we are. Coffee and some pills to keep me going. It's just ibuprofen and cold coffee. But here we are. And you know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so let's make this 7th one really good. Here's your picture. Alright, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. That'll be the show. Oh wait, no, we didn't meet the 60-second marker. Well, today I just got the last ticket available on a tournament in my local. Now, it's not going to be some great grand tournament, but it absolutely is an Rogue Trader tournament. It's just a little bitty tournament. It's going to be like more than a dozen people, less than 2 dozen. And it's going to be interesting. You're going to get a decent little flavor of the meta without having every bit of weight applied. And that's a great way to get started with Force. When you really want to get your games going, when you really want to get better at something, you go to tournaments, because in tournaments it doesn't matter if you did something by accident. You screwed up, you live with that screw up. And you're going to be playing against other people. And those other people also want you to screw up, and they don't want to screw up themselves, so they're going to be playing at their A game as well. But you don't have as much likelihood to be playing against that prick that wants to inch grab. For those of you who don't know what inch grab is, that means I get to move 7 inches with my unit of Kroot or Pathfinders. So I move my unit 7.5. And oh, look at that! I just happen to be 1/4 of an inch within range of that objective. Well, because somebody didn't call me on it and notice it at the exact moment, there it is. It happens. It's unfortunate, but you can't get 100% of the people good 100% of the time. 99% of humanity is filth. It's just the way things are. Anyway, back to the tournament subject. I'm prepping for the tournament, and I'm prepping first by deciding on a list and fine-tuning it fairly quickly, because my tournament's in about 3 weeks. And I want time to get to know the army that I decide to go with. I'm unsure right now if I'm going to be going with the 8 or maybe a very crisis suit heavy list. I really love crisis suits, and I really love the 8, so we'll see what I end up going with. But you decide on your list first, and then you play it and 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 play it until you are sick to death of that list. You know that list but like the back of your hand.
Just stick with me, kid. I know this town like the back of my hand. Hey, that's new.
You have a feeling, gut instinct for how much damage you can do with that list. Then, when you're in the game, you can run half on instinct and half on knowledge. You can say, I feel like this is going to accomplish this much, and my plan, because my feeling, my instinct was that they can kill this much, my plan is to move this far forward so that I can claim that objective and kill those things and support this unit over here. If I hadn't played and played and played that army in advance, I wouldn't have a good feeling for just how much they accomplish. On top of this, you also get fantastic with your strategy use. You know just what strategy you can pull out, because you're not just running on, this is my army and I'm gonna play it. It's, well, every game when you play and you play and you play, you try something new. Bring flashcards for your stratagems. Bring flashcards for the objectives. I know in advance what objectives I'm going to have available for my tournament. So I can go play some games, see what really works with my army and the playstyle that I'm comfortable with. Somebody else put it best. I have a friend out there who told me that I'm just an adrenaline junkie the way I play my army. And, well, wouldn't you know it, he's right. So, when I go out there, I want to get really up close to my opponent, and I want to bait out those charges so that I can get that sweet, juicy Overwatch, and then fall back, because you can bet your buttons that I'm going to be playing Farsight Enclaves, and I'm probably going to have the man himself. So, I'm going to play and play and play and play. I'm going to be comfortable with my army. I'm going to have my plan for what objectives are great for what, and I'm going to have to consider in that what opponents I may or may not find, because some objectives aren't based around you, they're based around your opponent. I'm almost certainly not going to be taking anything about Linebreaker when my opponent is running just mass Genestealer swarm. They're gonna be in my front lines on my side of the table, turn 1 with Genestealers. That's gonna happen. So, I know in this case, don't take that. If I'm bringing the 8, you can bet your buttons I'm going to be bringing, oh shoot, what was it called now? I've forgotten. They've renamed While We Stand We Fight to something else, and it doesn't matter what it is. The point is, know your list by heart. Feel it and have an instinct for it. Some people say, is it better to be smart or lucky? And I say it's better to be both, and you can do it by playing your army until you can play it on instinct. And then, when you are running your army, you can instinctively assign intent and plan your turn on a bigger picture. And when those two are both working together, you are at your A game. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Commander Puretide doing a week straight of everyday videos. And today's the last day. Thank you very much for staying with me, the handful of you that were here this first week. And for those that are looking at this in the past, well, why don't you go a little bit forward and see how that tournament looked out. I don't know that I'll win, but I won't go down without a fight. Roll credits.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words,